All right, we're back. There's a light over there. I was so excited all day. I couldn't freaking wait. With me, I have the beauty of our nation, Bay. O2, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. How, were you excited, or was I the only one that was excited about this?
I was really excited. I'm just like really looking forward to how this is going to turn out.
So, if you remember, there was a light back there.
Yeah.
Let it be known to men that we went back and the light was gone. So we're just gonna continue on. So let's get the phone to be quiet and we'll talk because my mind has been spinning in circles all day.
You can't save them. Just pack a case and meet me at the station.
They've closed the lines. Weren't you listening to the radio? Because of the flu.
There is no flu, Lizzie.
Oh, Christ, Stephen, I'm not stupid. Of course there's no flu. But the stations are still closed.
There's an access footpath that runs alongside the main tunnel. You can get out that way. They won't have thought of it.
You know what's going on, don't you?
You can't use the phone anymore.
What, like you're not using one right now?
Funny. Listen. Just don't use the phone after this. No TV or radio either. It can hide in the signal.
You make it sound like it's alive.
I don't think we have a word for what it is. Just promise me. Don't tell anyone. Pack quietly. Meet me at the station tomorrow, all right?
I feel awful lying and leaving all these people here.
It was a brilliant idea about the show. Top marks for that, you clever thing. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow.
This just fits in perfect with everything I've been thinking all day today.
I'm really looking forward to what you're gonna say.
I'm listening to this and it's like I already beat it, but I haven't. It's just like I had one of those revelatory moments when I was listening to the tapes and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it is happening. So so you got notes? You went back to the tapes? What do you find out?
Okay, so I was like thinking, like, you know, Kate, she's talking about all these different things and the lights and everything that's going on. And I was thinking, you know, one of the symptoms for these people that are getting sick is hallucinating. And so I was thinking, like, maybe they're seeing lights and they're thinking there's this thing, but maybe it's just their hallucinations.
Pretty good. Okay, so here's what I thought. And I'm just gonna go from the very beginning. I'm just gonna take it from the top. I'm just gonna give you the story in 5 minutes. What I think is going on. So you hear that?
Yeah.
This is a public service announcement from Hamilton District Council Emergency Measures Committee. Road and rail closures are being implemented to help contain the outbreak of influenza. Please remain calm and indoors. Local community leaders, head teachers, scoutmasters, and members of the clergy will act as your representatives during this period. Be sure to report any symptoms of illness.
Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. It is no secret that I believe that we are not Kate. Okay?
Right.
I have strong reasons to believe that we're not Kate. So, where is Kate? So, so and this is the only wild shot that I'm gonna take. Okay, everything else I pretty much have like a solid, theory about it. And
Mhm.
this will be about the only wild shot that I'm gonna take. So whatever it is, it started in whatever it is, it started in the.
Lloyd Shipley, I want to
Ooh.
word with you. What? Get over here, soft lad, and keep your voice down. Do you know who I am?
Yeah? You work for Meg Holloway?
Charlie Tate. You can call me Charlie.
What's this about, Charlie?
Rachel Baker.
What about her?
Oh, come on, son. I wasn't born yesterday. Are you looking to get your head kicked in?
She's 16. She's not a kid.
You try telling her dad that. He'll bloody kill you.
I love her, though. You can't stop love.
I'm not telling you to stop anything. Just be careful, that's all.
So I'm gonna take a wild shot. I'm gonna believe that this started in the observatory. Okay?
Okay.
And I started thinking this after what you said, that the symptoms that the doctor said there was hallucination. So I think that everything that we hear from Kate, and she's like, oh, the lights are over here and whatever, and I see them or whatever, she's hallucinating. Whatever it is, whether it's a epidemic, whether it's a flu, whatever it is, and she's hallucinating the lights. There's a conversation that she said that she needs to. Let me see if I have it on my notes. She says, "Oh my goodness, where is it?" She said that she needs to boost the reception by multiplying multiple towers. So by saying that, I think that radiation has something to do with this.
Oh.
But see, then they said, Steven in the beginning said, like, get off the phone. So I think that when she like intensified the power of these things, it just intensify this radiation or whatever it is. And when
Right.
people are listening to the phone, that's why it gets to their brain, and that's why they're getting hemorrhages, and that's why they're like it's exploding. That's why they're bleeding on their ears and
Oh,
stuff,
yeah.
right? Okay, so when Steven is trying to tell Kate, obviously she's not having it, she's not listening to it, because she's having hallucinations, and that's why she locked herself up, and she's like, nope, I'm gonna do this, right?
Yeah.
So Steven is the only one that knows what needs to get done. Like he's like, like he has the pants to do what needs to get done, right? Because
Right.
ultimately he was ordering the strike. He wanted the strike to happen. Okay, let's see what this live has to say, real quick.
Don't touch it. It's fine.
It's like a sunburn, but it's a funny shape. Is it sore?
I can't feel it at all. Don't fuss over
I
it.
can't believe that you left Kate there. Why won't you tell me what happened?
She's probably not even noticed I've gone.
Ah.
It's really nothing.
You're lying. Don't lie to me.
Fine. We had a row. She'll work all night anyway.
Stephen, listen to me. Was there an accident? Is that how your face got burnt?
It's nothing. Something, I don't know. Just got a bit shaken up and then we fought. She wanted to stay and collect more data.
Was she burnt as well? Is everything all right?
Jesus, Liz, are you sleeping with me or her? She's fine, we're both fine. I don't want to talk about her. I came here to see you.
I just worry.
Well, don't. Come to bed.
So maybe that burn had to do with the radiation. I don't know.
Yeah.
But Steven is the one that needs. He knows and he has the pens to do what needs to get done.
Correct.
So So the reason why we're walking around right now, because because we're walking around, we're looking behind, over here, we go to the other side. You see what I'm saying? Like we're like
Yeah.
inspecting everything. So we are Steve because he was left behind to make sure that everybody was dead.
Correct.
So when we are over here looking around and everything is because we straight up are Steve, and we're walking around just making sure that everyone is dead because he knew what needed to get done. Now, how did he survive? He went into hiding. The mom said, like, Steve, come out of hiding. You don't have to hide anymore. Here comes the planes. So he went up to hiding, whether it was a bunker. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of, that it was a bunker. But he went into hiding ultimately.
I don't even care that he was screwing her. What made me angry was that he treated me like I was too stupid to notice. I dream through the light storm and see the pattern dancing on his skin as he burns. I wake up with eyes full of liquid light. I'm going to concentrate all 5 remaining towers on the same point in the sky. If it is establishing conduits for communication, that should create a jump in bandwidth.
She's just intensifying everything, and that's why when in the very beginning we're like, hey dude, where's Kate? And he's like, dude, this is all her fault, like don't even, like, whatever, Kate. So Steven went into hiding. They drop, and I don't think they were bombs because then everything would have been destroyed.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like,
But
what
maybe
happened?
gas, maybe something. Where do you want me to go? So maybe some gas, maybe something, and that's why right now we're just walking around.
Radio that they're closing the roads. Something about the flu?
No one here has flu, Sean. There's no flu here. I overheard Mrs. Graves, and she said another family of Upton left. She said they must have left last night, but their car and all their stuff's still here.
Screw this day. There's 15 people up and left in 2 days. I don't like it. Where's the baby?
Asleep in the caravan. Sean, I don't want to sit around here waiting for it to get worse. I reckon if we leave now, we can get out of the valley before they get their acts together and close the roads.
You think so?
Yeah, we can go the back roads, through the woods. I'll leave some money on the side for Mrs. Graves. Her husband isn't back yet either.
He's a boozer, right? That's what I've heard. That's her problem anyway.
Don't be unkind, Sean.
Come on, let's go and get Dylan.
So I think that by the end of the game, because like I said, I believe we're Steve. I think that by the end of the game, we're gonna we have this, and this is probably why we see lights ourselves, because we have that as well, and we are hallucinating as well. That's why we're seeing those lights, the memories of people, because we are hallucinating now as well. So at the end, either we're gonna drop dead, or we're gonna lock ourselves up to where we were locked ourselves to begin with in the beginning, and we're just gonna stay there because he would have the pens to be like, okay, everybody's dead, now I'm next. That's what follows, because no one else wanted to do it. There was a conversation that they were having where they were like, whenever he ordered the strike, and they were like, dude, those are my family, you know what you're asking me to do, what a sacrifice. And he's like, dude, you don't know anything about sacrifice. He's like, I'm gonna be left behind.
I know that's no help.
Can you leave me alone?
There was nothing we could do. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, Pat.
You've woken the baby. Just leave me alone.
Rachel, I'm sorry. Sorry.
So yeah, he was like, don't tell me about sacrifice. What do you know about sacrifice? He's like, I'm gonna be left behind when when you guys drop it. And obviously they're referring to the gas or whatever, or their whatever was gonna vanish these people. But at first I thought there was gonna be something divine about all this, like, oh man, how cool, they're going to the rapture or whatever.
Right.
No, these people are bleeding to death. These people were dying. These people are dead. So I don't know. What do you think? That's what I was thinking. And that's probably why we see lights, because we're hallucinating as well. We have that as well.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Like, everything you're saying, it's very well backed up, and I'm just like, wow, how do you like just come up with that? Because
I have nothing else better to do, because what?
But like, I was like beginning to think like maybe we're Steven, maybe we're him, because it just like makes sense from after Frank's story. It just after the ending of that, I was just like, dang, this changes everything. And then I started thinking it was Steven that we were, but I wasn't for sure. And then like you saying all that, it's like for sure. And also what I was thinking is maybe he's looking around to see if everyone's dead, and also maybe he's looking to see if Lizzie died.
Right. I wonder if Lizzie made it out alive. I think we're gonna find out by the end of this chapter.
Yeah.
That little light was following the big light. I think those are the lights that are meaningful.
And you found it like this?
Yeah. I got into the habit of checking in first thing in the morning just to make sure he's had his pills.
Mr. Coles is not a well man, Elizabeth. It's entirely possible he upped and wandered off. If things progressed, the mind can be a fragile thing, you know?
It's just not very like him, that's all I'm saying, Doctor. He never misses the mid-morning bingo.
He didn't smoke, did he?
Not that I knew of.
There's a funny... It's like ash.
Well, that is odd. Reese cleaned in here yesterday afternoon. I'll have to have a word.
It's not like cigarette ash. Strange.
Dr. Wade, there's just been a phone call. We need it back at the village. Apparently Mrs. Barton has disappeared.
And I don't think that the people are disappearing. I think they're just booking it. They're just saying like, you know what, screw it. Let's pack quietly. Let's get the heck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
There is no evidence that they just ooze in front of people. Like on the movies, they're walking around and then poof, they vanish, and the clothes, they just like laying on the ground because they just disappear.
Right.
There's no evidence of that other than the fact that they're just gone. So I don't think they're disappearing. I think they're just packing their crap, like that family that was over there. Like, all right, let's grab our baby, let's pack quietly, and let's get out of here. And then nobody's seen them. They're like, what happened? They disappeared. They were here, now they're not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, with that, once again, the lady that said, like, my husband and my 3 children are up there. They haven't come down. We were all bleeding, and I don't want to go up there. And they're like, okay, well, let's go check. They never tell you. I mean, the priest never goes up there and says, like, oh, my goodness, they're not here. They disappear. Where would they be? They go up there. We assume they disappear because that's what people kept saying. Oh, they disappear. But I think they were dead.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Kate Collins and Stephen Appleton. Leave a message.
Stephen, it's me. I'm leaving. I've waited as long as I can. If you are there to meet me, I'm leaving for the station now, but I am going anyway, whether you're there or not. But I love you. Please be there. I love you.
Okay, so I'm going to the surroundings. I'm going to like all the outside first, and then I'm gonna like focus on the inside. So I'm I'm just trying to keep track of everything that I'm going, and this will be the easiest way to go on the surroundings and then just do the core, the inside.
Right.
It's a big soccer ball, man. Look at the size of that. Look at the size of that bike. The bike's wheel.
I tried to leave the observatory, but couldn't. I stood at the gates, but couldn't conceive of a world outside. The strangest feeling. As if the valley, Stephen, everything was simply irrelevant. An idea of something, not a something itself. I'm losing track of time. Of whether I'm asleep or awake. My fingers have gone numb at the tips. It's like they still feel. But what they feel is no longer for me. Like the signal has been hijacked.
Yeah, I think she's just going crazy.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. This whole time we have this impression of like she's a scientist, she's like educated, she's like almighty, and we believe a word that she's saying, but she's, like I said, she was the first one to get it. She's going crazy. She's straight up going crazy.
And what I was thinking is like what you said about the radiation and how all the clocks stopped at a certain time. I think that's whenever the radiation got pretty bad.
Right,
Maybe
right.
that just like stopped everything.
It's not like the clocks got set back to a specific time, you know what I'm saying? Because this is back in the day. This is not 2016. This is like 1980 whatever. So the clock just stopped because of the freaking radiation. I mean, what else? You know, it look like people are here. They were doing something. They just left, or they just, you know, they were like, you know, screw that.
Yeah.
Maybe they're all in the bunker, but like I said, right now, like I said, I believe we're Steve. We're walking around making sure everybody's dead. Which fits perfectly with the whole game. Like, you know, White Owls will be walking around. Like, it fits with their story they're trying to tell. The fact that we are like checking every corner, trying to go to every house. I mean, it fits in perfectly with the story that they're trying to tell. Because we're trying to make sure that they're dead.
Oh, this is cool.
It's quite something, isn't it? Yeah, it is. You ever seen anything like it? They must be well happy at the observatory place. They're probably all partying there right now. This is right, boss. It is. Right. That's me. Short leash. Kids up half a night, bloody teething. Missus will kill me if I'm gone too long. Good night, mate. Night.
You know, I never pay attention to the light before to see if there was always a big and a little one before. I was always just more worried about the surroundings. So I'm not sure if that's just right now or if that's been like that all along.
I don't think it was, because like whenever we first started Lizzie, like I saw there was another one. I was like, well, I don't recall there being one right next to the other following, so I don't know.
I start noticing the little light when we start doing Ephes and Frank, because remember I told you like, oh, there's one light, oh, there's one right next to it, but they weren't that close together. They were like they were separated. They weren't that close. Look, there's two right there.
Oh, yeah.
man, you know, I just got the biggest chills. You see way up there's like painting stands or something like that, right in front, right below the light.
Oh, yeah.
I thought there were people standing there. I was like, oh, we're dead. But look, now there's 3, because there's that one over there, and then there's those over there dancing. And this one is going to be important. Let me just get them ready to be quiet. Oh, I guess there was no radio. It was just those. They're just being more clear. Before it was just like bits and pieces. Now we're able to hear like full sentences almost.
Yeah.
Look.
You shouldn't be smoking, you know. Not in your condition.
Stephen's fault. He got me started again.
I'm not going to try and stop you, but the weather's looking pretty rough. There's a storm coming.
That's what Stephen said. He said he'll meet me, but there's things he has to do first. He seems to think that all of this is connected to him. I don't know. I'm going anyway, whether he comes or not.
I'm assuming Stephen has thought of a way through the quarantine.
Well, he's clever. You gotta give him that.
Do you trust him, though?
Well, I love him. So I'd hope that was good enough.
I hope so, too. Listen, if you can't get through, for whatever reason, I'm getting people together at the village hall, rounding up stragglers, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I've got all the campers together here, doing a show. Peter Pan. The kids love it. It'll take their minds off things. Did you see that?
I find it interesting how we were hearing Kate's on the light.
I think that, like, we just got a comment and it says, I think that the light represents whatever story you were going through, and I think that might be, like, right, that maybe there's 2 for a specific reason, like, maybe somewhere in her story it's gonna be, like, kind of, you know, a thing.
But why 2? I mean, I understand, maybe because it's Lizzie and Steven?
Yeah, it could be.
This is great. This is so good.
It is.
Oh boy, you hear that? Look.
Whatever's wrong? You look terrible. Mrs. Graves. Sean's baby Dylan's, he all right?
He's fine. Di, come on.
It's okay. Let's get you a cup of tea.
Mrs. Graves, I need to tell you.
Leave it. Di.
Do you try and get out of the valley? All the roads are shut now.
I know. I was driving really fast, but the other car was on the wrong side of the road, and oh God, I think
Di, for fuck's sake, leave it.
It's all right. Hey, you're all right. Sean's all right. Baby Dylan's all right. That is what matters. Everyone's all right.
But
no. Now I need your help. Some of the children, they're getting quite frightened. So Rachel and I, we decided to push forward the show, keep them occupied. You said the other night you play piano. Can you help with that?
Yes, I suppose so, but Mr. Graves, Rob...
Can look after himself. He's a big boy now. Don't worry. Just head to the hall and find Rachel. She'll tell you what needs practicing.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Graves.
And Sean, go and find Reese, please. See if he needs some help.
Yeah, course.
Go on.
I think they're talking about the one car that was dumped on the river.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't remember who the person was. I mean, that couple was on the bridge because there was a baby. But I don't remember who had a tow truck.
I think, because like she just said, "Oh, Robert," so I'm thinking maybe the guy was Robert.
Do we know anybody on this story named Robert?
I'm trying to recall. I remember hearing that name a couple times. I just can't remember who it was.
I hear the radio. You hear it?
Yeah, I hear it.
Let's try to find the radio.
I did not hear the comment that the guy said in your condition to Lizzie, so I'm not for sure exactly.
Yeah, I didn't hear that. Let's see, where are we? Okay, so we were number 1 and we took a left, and now we're over there. We haven't gone to the playground yet, so, and we only have like 2 buildings in the center.
Mhm.
On the comments we got that she thinks she's pregnant.
Oh.
So yeah, maybe that's why there's 2 lights, the light of her, and the light of the
other
baby.
one's really like small.
A tiny one, and it's
my gosh.
and it's following the other one around.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that fits in.
I would have never caught that, like ever.
Shout out to the man who commented that.
Adam Lowe. So shout out to him for catching that.
Yeah, I did not think of that.
Because like we could have gone all this way, and I would have been like, "What was like the 2 lights for?"
Right.
So smart catch.
See, there's nothing random here.
Right.
Oh, God, Stephen. What's happening to me?
This is a public service announcement from Hamilton District Council Emergency Measures Committee. Road and rail closures are being implemented to help contain the outbreak of influenza. Please remain calm and indoors. Local community leaders, head teachers, scoutmasters, and members of the clergy
So when was that?
Whenever Lizzie was talking to Jeremy on, and like she was like, "It's Steven's fault." Like,
Okay, got it. When she was talking to the priest?
yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, I was wanted to see how far we could go, but I don't think we can. We are not able to get too deep into the water. Okay, I didn't think there was nothing over here, but I just figure I'll check anyway, so.
Right.
Yeah, so I guess that's what he said into your condition. I guess that's what the comment said, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now makes sense. I thought that so many people dying left and right that whenever he said that, I thought that he was talking about like, bleeding, headache.
Right.
I thought that that's what he was talking about when he said your condition. So yeah, those lights then very well represent the fact that we are following people's stories.
Mhm.
Oh, the playground.
All 5 towers are now operating together, and I've got the reception up to the red zone, but it's not enough. I'm going to try and route the signal through Tower 6 to create a singular point of reception and re-coordinate the optical array, which should, in theory, focus a signal spike on the point of origin. If I conceptualize this origin point as a 7th tower, then it makes a kind of sense. Kind of. I think we're moving so far beyond everything I understand about physics. Anyway, it's gotta be worth a shot.
Yeah, she's just destroying everything.
Yep.
Her delusion has making her create all this madness.
Good job, Kate. I just think, like, this is so horrible, all these people are, like, having a good life, and then all this is happening, and they're all just gonna die.
They're not gonna die. They think they did die. Yeah, I mean it is horrible. I mean, and see, now I'm playing it with a different perspective to where before, it's kind of like before when Wendy left.
Mhm.
At first I was like, dude, they're gonna nuke the place, and then I was like, okay, well she went to the Rapture, she passed, she vanished before they did that, so I was kind of like happy for her. I was like, okay, good, she didn't suffer, she transitioned from this life to the other, and she didn't have to go through this. Where now I'm like, oh man, she did went through that.
Right.
She did not disappear. Nobody has disappeared. Everybody's gonna get it. Yeah, we got it. We got a trophy. That's for knocking at every trailer park home.
Wait, was there a light down there?
Yeah. Well, there's one over here. There's one on the right.
Oh, okay.
Please remain calm and indoors. Local community leaders, head teachers, scoutmasters, and members of the clergy will act as your representatives during this period. Be sure to report any symptoms of illness.
She's not in her office either.
Well, they live nearby, don't they?
Yeah, in the village.
You don't think she's gone to look for Mr. Graves, do you?
I think Lizzie knows Robert will turn up when he's sober. He'll be all right.
Do you want me to go and look for her?
No, it's okay. Come on, I promised the kids another shot at the last number, then I promised everyone a cup of tea.
You're very like her, like Lizzie.
Me? No, I'm not. First chance I get, I'm out of here.
Who's Rachel?
I don't know. Like, I know that's the girl that one guy likes, but...
Right. Yeah, I know that.
I don't know, like, specifically, like, who she is.
Okay, keep in mind, note to yourself, we have to go there to the... We have to go over there, okay?
Okay.
It like rains and then clears and then rains and it clears. Oh man, y'all not fooling me with this music anymore.
I found another dead bird over at the swimming pool.
That's the fourth one this morning. Did you fish it out?
Yeah. Did you get a chance to think about that pay rise?
I'm sorry, Reese. I've been a little bit busy. Oh, Rachel.
Sorry I'm late, Mrs. Graves. I was packing away the tennis things.
Did you check Mr. Cole Shelley again like I asked you to?
He's not back yet.
I haven't seen him either. Do you think he went into town?
Maybe, yeah,
Oh,
something like
it's
that.
that the Dentons were booked in for a 4:30 tennis session, but they didn't show up. So I went to their chalet. You know, they always take the one near the campfire, but they weren't there either. I think maybe they went into the village for a hoover bag and might have given Mr. Cole a lift.
A hoover bag? Why on earth would they do that?
Well, I think maybe Mrs. Denton was hoovering and the bag broke, so they had to get another one. Because there's this dust all over this chalet.
I keep waiting for there to be, like, more to the conversation than it ends, and I'm like, oh.
Right, I'm like, come on. So, you know how we're ragging on Kate? He's like, oh man, she just went crazy.
Yeah.
Lunatic. Burn her alive. So, today, you know, I'm listening to the tapes and I'm writing all these numbers down. I show you my notes, right?
Yeah.
Right? So, I'm writing all these numbers down and I'm trying to figure out a code, and then I start getting the code, and then I start getting like sentences come to life, and I was like, oh my goodness, like it's happening. I'm getting it's turning into something, right? And then I realized that like my notes are starting to look like Stevens' house. You know, we had like a papers and had like numbers left and right and stuff. And then I was like, dude, I'm turning into Kate. All obsessed and all trying to figure out.
Is your hip giving you grief today?
Always gives me grief. And I managed for the last 10 years, so you're a little late for the knight in shining armour routine.
Suit yourself, I'm only trying to help.
God damn it, Stephen. I'm not some useless, sappy girl that you can just string along forever. Look around you. I made all of this. I built it on my own when everyone else had written me off as some poor little cripple.
You know that's not how I see you.
Well, you weren't there, were you? No. You'd given up on me long before the accident.
What do you want from me, Lizzie? I love you. I'll do anything.
Anything except tell Kate? I thought not. I love you too, but sometimes I think you just say what you think everyone else wants to hear.
Dang.
Like, I'm so ready to beat this game because I need a mental break. Let's see.
Local community leaders, head teachers, scoutmasters, and members of the clergy will act as your representatives during this period. Be sure to report any incidents to them.
Let's see.
I have noticed that this is, like, in the... What area is that called? The, pool working area. They've noticed, like, dust. And that is the second time that dust or ashes was mentioned when someone had disappeared. So, I don't know what that's about, but that's kind of weird.
That's the second time?
Yeah. Because, like, the Ash was, like, with some guy that the doctor and Lizzie were talking about.
Right.
And then whenever Rachel, Reese, I think, and Lizzie were in that area, they talked about this one, like, family, I think, that there was dust on their place.
Oh. Hmm. So I guess we went to a full circle. So we need to go to over there. And I don't know if this is the community center where they told people to gather. I wonder if there's going to be something here. Oh, they were going to do the play here, remember?
Uh-huh.
There's a cigar. The Peter Pan play.
Yeah.
Let's see, I doubt there's anything relevant here, but you never know. They may hide. I mean, the people that made this game might have hide something here, but seriously doubt it.
There's pigs.
I wonder, like, if some of these people represent somebody, like, you know, like on the very left, the blonde, that's Lizzie.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Kate. And then there's Steven. And Wendy. I don't know. That's just this probably means nothing. All right. Why are you laughing?
I don't know.
Alright, so these things are closed and we can get up there. I would love to go back there. I wonder if there's a back door. Hey man, they need to put names on top of these people if they don't want me to guess. I mean, what else can I think? Alright. I noticed that when we go inside buildings and stuff, he walks really slow. He doesn't sprint or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even gonna say anything. Y'all don't believe me. Y'all think I'm crazy. Let's see.
So this is 1980.
Right. So this is the year that we're playing.
Yeah. June.
Huh.
This is a public service announcement from Haverton District Council Emergency Measures Committee. Road and rail closures are being implemented to help contain the outbreak of influenza. Please remain calm and indoors.
I think we need to follow that light that is on the right.
Members of the clergy will act as your representatives during this period. Be sure to report any symptoms of illness.
Because we already walked this path.
Yeah.
I don't think we've gone to this building yet. No, we have not.
We're not even really talking at the moment, if I'm honest with you. I've been sleeping in one of the empty chalets. Otherwise, we just sit there in silence. And then he goes off and pretends he's not drinking from one of his secret little stashes. And I pretend I ain't noticed. And then when we go to bed, it's all I can do not to scream. I don't know why we're still together. Except I do. Still love him.
You remind me of Mary when she was your age. If we'd had a daughter, I'd have been proud if she turned out like you.
You don't have to say that.
Just talk to Robert. Tell him you know he's drinking again. You two can work it out together. I know you can.
I wish I had your faith. I just don't want to be the person who stayed because they were afraid to move. I know you can't dwell on the past. I know that, but sometimes you do just think, don't you? What if the accident hadn't happened? I could have been anywhere right now, rather than stuck here rehearsing Peter bloody Pan and fixing tumble dryers for the umpteenth time. Oh, Frank, you are an angel.
Don't be daft. You're still young, Lizzie. You got plenty of time to be whoever you want to be. Just don't keep using that leg of yours or that husband as an excuse.
So
I think I just realized something. What was the name of the guy that died in the truck?
I think.
That was Robert?
Yeah, and that's her husband.
And that's what they were trying to tell her, because I guess that's the reason why they were like, no, but listen. And she's like, no, it's all right. Don't worry. You guys are good. No, but listen. You're good. So I guess her husband died on the truck.
Right.
I don't think she cared anyways.
Yeah, I don't think she did, because she was like in love with Steven.
Like, even if they would have told, I mean, I don't know, but I don't think that she would have. I think she would have been like, oh, okay, well, that sucks, but oh well, you know.
Mhm.
I don't think she's like cold-hearted. I mean, I think she will be like, oh crap, you know. But I mean, you can tell.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's follow the light. I think we'll probably be able to end her story pretty soon. Based on the map, the infinity symbols seemed that was the last one, and we gone in a full circle and checked all the places in the middle, so I think we're good. There is. And there's, well, listen to the voice. Ready?
Yep.
It's Kate. Elizabeth?
Lizzie. I've heard a lot about you. It's good, you know, you and him. It's not difficult or anything.
Should it be?
I'm sorry?
You said it wasn't difficult. I don't see why it would be difficult. You and Stephen were together a long time ago. He moved away. It certainly isn't difficult for me.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you, or...
Well, I'm not offended. Listen, Elizabeth...
Lizzie, please.
Lizzie. Right. You seem like an okay type of person. And I'm not trying to be rude, I promise. But let's try and be realistic here, huh? Let's, try and do our best. It's a British thing, right?
Yeah, I suppose it is. We'll do our best, then.
Oh, you gotta give me more than that.
Yeah, what? Really? That's it?
And we can go that way, so...
Is there another way around?
Well, I think on that path, yeah. Whoa.
Just to the right, there's a gate.
Where?
Over there to the left.
Right here?
No, more like way to the left. To the left. The other way.
What are you
Like,
talking about?
here.
There's nothing.
No. Back up. Look to the left. Way to the left. Over there. Is that like a gate?
Oh, over there. Okay, I'm looking at the white one. Yeah, but that one just leads you to the river.
Oh, okay. That's what I didn't know.
Yeah, it doesn't take you over here.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking at the road that is on the right, our right, that way, by those electric towers.
Oh, okay.
We could get through that, but I don't think there's anything there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, remember how they were gonna gather them all together to the main hall?
Oh, yeah.
I think that's where we're heading. Yeah. This is kind of like the siren in the previous chapter. Remember how like when the siren trigged, you know that you were about to end it. So I think this is the equivalent of the siren. So they're gonna get nuked when they were on the town hall. Well, if you were gonna go, might as well be all together.
Yeah.
And we decided the main hall is over here. The light is leading over here, so.
Sleeping baby. Darling child. Clouds and starlight. Starlight, starlight. When you wake, you will be mine. Starlight. Sleep and love. Sleeping baby. Shadow dust. Clouds and starlight. Numbered starlight. When we're called to go, we must. Into starlight. Sleep and love.
Is he asleep? You alright, kiddo?
I'll be alright. You should get some sleep, Charlie. You look exhausted. Shh. That's it. Sleep. Sleep.
The planes.
I know. Dude, I don't want to cry.
Why are they doing this to us, man? No, I think we are Steve. We are Steve, making sure that everybody's dead. He said that to Frank. Remember?
Yeah.
He said that to Frank. He's like, he said, get out of here or something. He's like, I can't. I have to stay. I have to make sure that everyone is dead.
Right.
So, at first I thought that we were like some army guys, somebody to make sure. And then I was like, well, Steven said that. So.
I'm thinking now. I wonder if Lizzie made it out. Because, you know, this was hers. And
Made
then
what
over
out?
there, made it out before the airstrike. Because
She made it out. She wasn't in there. I wonder if the two lies were Charlie and Rachel.
Oh, yeah.
Because she wasn't inside, right? Lizzie?
Yeah. It didn't say anything about her. But, I mean, this was supposed to be her story. So, like, that's where I'm like, wait.
Right, yeah.
Maybe she made it out.
Right. I know, but maybe she's dead.
Mm-hmm.
You hear that? Oh my goodness.
Did it say a new name?
I did not hear that. They might have.
Because I still see a light with another one.
Yes.
No, that's 3 now.
We're not Kate. That's
right.
That's out of the
It's
question.
not even an option.
Right. So either we're Steve or we're someone else. But we're not Kate. Kate's dead. She's been dead for a while. She was the first one to go.
Right.
For all I care. You know, we assume we were Kate for what it was said in the very beginning of the game. But she never said, like, my name is Catherine, this is my story. Or anything. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, so we're not Kate. I think we assume we're Kate. But, you know, either we're Steve or we're, like, the janitor cleaning up and making sure what's going on. But I think... Oh my goodness. Based on what I translated from the numbers, I believe we're Steve.
Mm-hmm.
And it has nothing to do with the game. It's just like a quote. But it will... yeah, we're still Steve, man. We're still Steve. It's alright. You got to hear me. I think we're Steve. Woo! Heck yeah!
This music is cool.
Yeah. No, we're Steve all day long. But, I thought there was a sign over here. All right, so we're Steve. So I think also based on the...
There's data coming through faster than I can encode it. I've already lost 2 processors. They keep burning up.
Please, I love you. You need to get out of there. It's not safe.
I need you, Stephen. I need you here. I can open the gate manually. I can let you in.
It's too dangerous. You don't understand what's happening out here.
No, you don't understand. We can solve this. We can find a way. I just need more power. I need to amplify the signal, and I can't do it on my own. You saw the opportunity. You ran the numbers, remember?
We're responsible for all this. You and me.
It's not just you and me anymore, though, is it?
Jesus, Kate, you're trying to talk to it, aren't you? Kate, you can't.
Stephen, I have to.
Radiation. All right. Well, see you Monday, right?
What?
All right. So, like I said, based on what I translated, it leads me to believe that we're Steve, and it's nothing to do with the game. It's a quote from an author or a researcher. It's nothing to do with the game at all. So we're gonna take a break because I think that Steven is the last story we're gonna see. So I think we can go to it pretty quick. So let's take a quick break and then we'll be back and we'll do Steven's story. How about that, Wade?
Okay, I'm ready. I'm like really excited.
All right, let's take a break and we'll be back.
See you guys in a second.